Hello? Oh, hey guys. What are you guys doing here? I'm not doing anything special. I'm just cleaning up today. I got a big mess to clean up here. See, I just gotta. You guys still here? I thought I told you guys I was just cleaning. You guys still expecting something? I promise you, I'm not doing anything. I'm just cleaning the floor. This area's pretty clean. Let's move on over here. Wait, you guys are still here? Really? You guys want to watch me clean? Well, come on. Okay, just gonna keep cleaning over here. Keep it spotless. I like it, I like it. You guys liking this cleaning stuff? Maybe I can keep doing more of it if in the future, you know? By the way, how do I look at my outfit? I feel like I look pretty good. Haha, nice. Ooh, I jumped pretty high. Must have been all that exercise with my squats. Just gotta keep cleaning. Sweep, 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 sweep. Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to episode 53 of From Bedrock to Java. In the last episode, we went ahead and built up this city. Well, it's a small little part, but it's something, because we had nothing here originally, and it was just a bunch of outlines that I was getting tired of looking at. So we have something here now, and I'm actually really happy with it. In today's episode, I think I want to go ahead and just continue with this path of building up the city by putting in the finer details, such as building an interior, maybe putting in some bedrooms, putting in some armor statues of, you know, some people that live around this area. And on top of that, I want to put in some smaller details out here, like a wagon right here blocking this road, so that way we have like an enclosed area to look at. Maybe there's gonna be like some kids playing out here. Maybe there's like a little stall for people to sell stuff in. I don't know. There's a lot of things we can do, and we just got to get, you know, into it. Also, I do want to try building up this also, I do want to try building up the stables, because the stables was something I wanted to do in the last episode but didn't really get to. So by getting this done, we're gonna have a very enclosed area right around here, and this means we can probably add in another tree somewhere like here-ish, or maybe another building, who knows. I do want to get some of that stuff done. We can also throw in some buildings over here so that way we can have some sort of path branch off of this and into this building. Still don't know exactly what just yet. The other building that we do need to eventually think about is something to encase our mob farm, because this thing has just been out in the open for who knows how long at this point, but it's been here for a really long time, and it's a big eyesore to look at. Look at that. Just a bunch of chests in the middle of nowhere, kind of doing nothing. And there's just, wait, why is my head over here? Hold up. Wait, it's cute. I like it. But yeah, that's the plan for today's episode. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, I think I made the executive decision to go ahead and remove, not in here, where is it? Somewhere over here. I've made the executive decision to go ahead and just remove these note blocks because I don't actually use them. And Take On Me is very nice, but I'm never gonna need it in my world again, I don't think, because that was just for that one bit, and I decided to do this whole music thing for it. And yeah, honestly, it's gonna be a pain to work around. And honestly, I feel like I could be more creative if this wasn't in the way. So let's go ahead and just remove this. Yeah, maybe we'll build some more note block stuff at some point in the future, but for right now, we don't need this. Oh, this is so, there we go. A weight's been lifted. I can just feel it, because I feel like I've been building around this thing. I've been like avoiding this area because I didn't want to try building over the note blocks. Oh, so glad it's done now. I also just want to make sure that I just bop, 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 move this, bop, 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 move that. Oops, that's not supposed to be there at all. Let's just go ahead and plop it back down, and we have ourselves a solid. There's no weird mushroom thing going on there. It's beautiful. It's nice. Oh, wonderful. Oh, it feels so much nicer to actually fly through here and see that there's like some sort of city going on. Oh, it's not just some empty space that had an outline in it. It's so much nicer. It's beautiful. But anyways, let's go ahead and work on this area, because I think I want to work on them in order from right to left, because that building right there is going to be a pretty fun one to build. The bars are going to be interesting, and then I'm going to get the shoppage stuff. So let's go ahead and just start over here, and let's do this. Trap doors, beautiful, and we'll do that. We have a bench, a singular bench. I suppose we could do the same thing here. Oh my goodness, my inventory is such a mess. There we go, we got a bench. We got a bench. Oh, thank goodness. Or, I don't know, what are we gonna call this? Some kind of innovation, yeah. I don't even know. Anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into the time lapse. So here we are just building up that bench again, and I'm just gonna keep putting in some more stuff for this furniture and whatnot. Look at that. I like this room, and then we're moving up to the next floor. I don't really know how to explain this. I don't really know. I don't really do time lapses for interiors, so yeah, forgive me. I put in some tables, some desks, some beds, bookshelves, you know, flooring, staircases, carpets. This is actually a smoother time lapse than I thought it would be. Man, okay. Look at that. We even got ourselves a nice little warehouse right over here. I think it's pretty cool. And then up here we got ourselves like a nice little living room, kitchen, bedroom up there later on. We got some paintings over here, bookshelves. It's nice. And as usual, we had a movie night this week, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do a time lapse for what we did here. We finished up the warehouse by adding in some extra chests and whatnot, and we put in some stuff outside, such as the wagon with some wheat in it, some bushes, some lamp posts. We even added a couple of smaller trees. I think they look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way this part turned out. We even threw around a ton of flowers, like these eye blossoms and the pitcher pods. And we even started up a trunk for a very cool tree that I'm probably going to discuss in the next clip. Wait. Oh no, there's already 2 creepers as soon as I spawn in? No! I spawned in on top of Happy Gas. The world's loading. There's 2 creepers on my house. What else? What could be worse? I don't know. I'm gonna fall and die? No, I'm not gonna do that. Whoa, that was close. Let's just go to sleep real quick. Maybe this nightmare will go and end. Okay. Is the nightmare over? Is it raining? No. Are there creepers on my house? 1, 2. Oh, there's 2 creepers. There are 2 creepers. A nightmare not over. Run. Let's grab some food real quick, and then I'm gonna talk about what we did in the last little section right then and there. Food. Let's just toss that real quick. Hello? Okay. Whee! Okay, so in the last part that you might have seen, we went ahead and did a little bit of decorating around the base. So it was movie night not last night, it was a couple nights ago at this point. But I decided, you know what, I want to go ahead and start building in the environment around us. And that involves a lot of greenery. Yeah. So I went through and I brought in a bunch of flowers, like these eye blossoms, the bushes, pitcher plants. Then I came over here, I even built a couple trees. We got this tiny tree right here, which is, it's very tiny of course, but it's nice. The reason it's so nice is because it's very similar in size to the house. I don't want it to be too big, because these trees are very disproportionate to the houses. These trees are huge. So we bring in a couple smaller trees like this, we can at least get a sense for how big this town is. Of course, I am adding a massive tree back there, but that's besides the point. We'll talk about that later. I did also add this little tree right here with a couple of hanging vines. I do enjoy this, though I'm gonna have to make sure to cut that down because that did not work. This one right here could probably stay. I like this because then it makes like a natural archway right here to get up to this little section over here. So whoever lives in this house right here, man, are they in for a nice little treat when they come out. They get to walk down this tree pillar, or tree archway, not pillar. What am I talking about? This little archway right here is nice. I like it. This is really cool. And then, let's see. We also added this nice little, what do you call this? A wagon? Clearly it's been abandoned here by somebody and nobody's wanted to move it because I think it's stuck. I'm not gonna lie. How are you supposed to get this thing out of here without, like, I don't know, you gotta move this, but even then the hill doesn't look right. Maybe they were harvesting something up here and then it fell down and rolled down the hill all the way down there. I don't know, but something happened to this thing and I don't think you can get it out. I think it's actually stuck. Anyways, we did a couple trees, like I said. This tree right here, I'm pretty happy with. It is a little funky from this angle, but when are you ever gonna see it from this angle, right? It looks decent from other angles. I mostly like it. I'm not a big fan of small trees, but I know they're needed. I'm not good with small trees. I'm better with bigger trees because you can do a lot more detail. This tree right here was a little bit of an issue because I didn't have Happy Gas or anything like that to build underneath it, so I struggled with this tree. However, I really enjoy these kind of trees where it starts off big and then goes up to smaller because you can easily build this one up layer by layer. When it comes to trees like this, I struggle with like the actual bushy part. Eventually I'll learn how to do it, and that's why I'm practicing with this kind of tree right here. So we're gonna make like a cherry blossom tree because I feel like cherry blossoms are just very good for a town to feel, I don't know, successful, I suppose. Where did my tree go? It's right there. The other good part about this is the fact that I have a tree over there, which is pretty nice, but then I'm also going to have a tree right here, which is going to be really cool. And on top of that, this tree is actually going to provide some great cover from over here. So if I'm over here, I see that tree and it's going to cover most of the city. It's going to be a nice filler. That means that it's actually going to cover the city from view from up at my mega base. And the reason I like that is because even though the town is here and the king is supposed to be watching over it, having a tree of this size kind of makes it show that the king really isn't interested in his people, maybe. Or I don't know, that might be a stretch, but it's got some interpretation to it that you can think about. And on top of that, it kind of makes you, let's say you're up at the castle and you see the big tree, but you kind of see the shape of houses. It gets you kind of interested, so you want to actually come over here. And once you're over here, you see the tree, you pass it, and now you're in a whole new area where the castle is not as big of a thing, because the tree's gonna mostly be covering it. It's of course gonna be unavoidable to see, but you know, it's nice little, it's more of a feature that you're gonna pay attention to, and I like that. Especially since it's like hanging over the restaurant, which is supposed to be really calm and peaceful. So this is nice. And then I'm also gonna have to get myself a bunch more of these pink petals, because these are gonna be really good for the flooring, to show that maybe the cherry blossom tree is like dropping a bunch of its leaves and they're landing everywhere. And I'm guessing it's a lot of people are really mad at this tree for how many leaves it drops. That's what's gonna happen for sure. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do in this little section right here is to actually complete this tree, because it is a mess. This branch right here is a singular branch that needs something to come out of here. We need more branches coming out the top up here, because that looks wrong to me, at least. So I think I just need to finish some of the stuff up, because I like the shape of this tree so far, but this can easily go wrong if I don't properly plan things out. That reminds me, in the latest Minecraft Live, Mojang has announced its next update after the Copper Age, which of course I'm excited about, because who isn't excited about more copper blocks, more copper variants, and you know, copper armor and all that kind of stuff? I love copper. Copper is an amazing block. I just wish I had more of it, because I just don't have enough. You can always use more copper. And then they're also going to add copper golems, of course, which is going to help with my inventory sorting issues, but that's besides the point. Anyways, back to the point. In the next Minecraft update, they're going to add a bunch of really cool things. It's going to be called the Mounts of Mayhem, and they've already showcased a couple things that I'm excited about. The first thing is that there's going to be Nautilus that spawn in the ocean. These Nautilus are, well, tameable, of course, using, well, people are, they announced pufferfish, but that could be reverted. It might be something else that they get tamed by, but you're gonna be able to tame the Nautilus, you're gonna be able to put a saddle on it, and then you're gonna ride the Nautilus in the ocean, just like you can a Happy Gas. However, I do like the Nautilus, of course. There are Nautilus shells in the game, and it makes sense now that we have those things in the game. But if we ride Nautilus, shouldn't we? I feel like we should be able to ride dolphins too. Dolphins are cool. I feel like if Happy Gas are supposed to be like the building creatures and Nautilus are like the equivalent to it, why can't we ride dolphins? Dolphins could be the horse equivalent of the ocean. If we could like ride the dolphin and just go shoo, super speed across the ocean, it could be it'd be like a whole new viable mobile tool. Because like, if you're gonna cross the ocean on a boat, if you could tame a dolphin, ride it, and it's somehow faster than a boat, like maybe, I wouldn't say a lighter speed, but like a little bit less. Maybe as fast as like one of the faster horses. Maybe not the fastest horse, but if we could do that, that'd be amazing. On top of that, they're also adding the zombie horse to survival Minecraft, which is pretty cool. And finally, they're also adding a spear. Craftable spears. I've been excited for this because I want new weapons, and just like the mace, while the mace has you jump from a high place and land on something to kill it pretty much instantly because of how overpowered it is, the spear, it's instead of being based on vertical speed, is now based on horizontal speed. So you could like ride a horse, charge at something and stab it. You could fly in on your elytra and stab something. You could just run up to someone and stab them. I don't know. There's so many different things about spears that can change Minecraft combat, because maybe it's now an engagement tool. You're gonna, I don't know, let's say my axe is a spear. Maybe your combat now revolves around running. You're gonna run at the mob, smack it with a spear, swap to your sword, smack, smack, maybe swap to an axe, crit. It's a nice little thing. You can combo it. And I like combos, because combos are pretty cool. And they're pretty tasty. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things that are going to be added in the update, Mounts of Mayhem? Is that what it's called? I forgot what it's called already. But it's going to be cool. And don't forget, if this doesn't sound interesting to you just yet, don't forget that in the update they had added the Happy Gas. They added a couple more features that were really interesting, such as the, what was it? I believe they added Wolf Armor. in the same update, which is not as useful, but of course it's still pretty nice. Did they add it in the same update? No, they didn't. I lied. What did they add in the Happy Gas update? Oh, the Happy Gas update, they added new lead mechanics, which was really cool. And if Mojang does something similar, we could have a lot more interesting stuff coming our way at the same time as the Nautilus. So don't count this update out just yet, because there's always more things that could be added. Surely there's a bed in here. That's a window. Ow. Oh. I know I'm a bird, but I should have been able to see that window. That window was pretty obvious. I put that in myself. What that I've learned about tree building is that even though you need to build out a stump first to actually figure out the shape of the tree you want, you need to constantly be coming back to the shape and whether or not you truly enjoy it. Because I'm looking at this, it's very rough around the edges. It doesn't really feel like a smooth tree shape. So I'm gonna come in through here and I'm gonna fiddle around with some of the shaping with some trapdoors, some fences, some stairs, all the kind of stuff that can really smooth out a shape, and something like that helps smooth out this section right here. It creates some shadows, and I think that really makes it nicer. This little section is a little difficult because I do have a sign piece there. Let's throw that in there, because why not? What just happened? Why did it just lock in? Oh, wait, I'm getting shot. My Happy Gas is about to die. There's a skeleton in my boat. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh, that is an issue, because that skeleton almost killed my Happy Gas, which I need. Sure, we have a couple of other Happy Gas, but I like this Happy Gas specifically. Mans has been here. Into bed. Now, let's go watch Payback. For the crimes against my, I was gonna say for the crimes against my Happy Gas, you need to go, but like, you didn't go, so this is awkward. Where's my Happy Gas? Oh, I don't know if I like that look. I'll need to fix that up. Happy Gas. There you are. Okay, time for the third time lapse. Let's go ahead and finish up this tree, at least in terms of all of its leaves and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to actually use cherry blossom leaves, we're going to use some pink wool, and we're going to use some white wool. White wool is going to be used more as a highlight, and the pink wool is going to be more of a shade. We're going to mix them around the tree and kind of get the right shapes going. That way we can have something we enjoy. I am pretty happy with the way that this shape turned out. I just need to round it out a little bit more, make it look more tree-like, but otherwise, I think it's perfect. So in the last part that you saw, you might have seen that we did finish up this cherry blossom tree right over here. Well, I say finished up, but we're not really done just yet. We still have a lot of details to actually get through. And yeah, look at this. See all these falling leaves? They look really pretty. I love these falling leaves. And on top of that, we can make it look like this thing is even dropping leaves from further away. Now you may be wondering, what are we going to do with that? And how are we going to do it? Well, one trick that I learned from a very special guy called B-Dubs is the fact that you can actually place down candles, like just placing them down like this, to make it look like there's leaves that are constantly falling. It looks really cool. Sure, this looks really cool on its own, but I feel like we can amplify it a little further by putting in some candles. On top of that, we gotta throw some pink petals around here. We gotta throw a lot of them, because how are these leaves falling, but none of it's just getting here? Like, sure, there's some dead leaves, but that's probably coming from this. Yeah, we really need to get some leaves around here. That'd look really cool, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's go get ourselves a bunch of pink candles. Let's see if I remember how to make candles. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty simple recipe. If I just fly on over here, if I grab myself, okay, if I fly on over here to the area that I have not built up at all. Ow, that really hurt. And grab myself a little bit of, where is my string? You're not string, you're not string. There you are. Let's grab 2 stacks of string. 3 stacks of string. 3 stacks of string. How big is my tree? That's pretty big. 3 stacks of string should be more than enough. I'm pretty sure a candle just takes some honeycomb. I believe, right? Ooh, I don't have much honeycomb. Wait, can I turn this on? Uh-oh. Oh no. I have less honeycomb than I thought. Okay, it's fine. That's totally fine. I need to make myself another honey farm at some point, because that's not okay. I should not. Wait. Please tell me I have some more honeycomb up here or something. This is it, right? Stack it there. Oh, got a couple stacks. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I ran out of honeycomb. That would have been so sad. And now we just need to get ourselves some red pink dye. Okay. where's my red dye? Here it is. Let's grab one of those. Let's grab ourselves a bunch of bones. How many candles can I make out of this? Is it 1 to 1? It's 1 to 1. Okay. We need ourselves a lot of red dye. Luckily, I have a ton of it. Now we need to make ourselves a bunch of white dye and make ourselves a bunch of... Oh, we have too much. That's fine. Everything's fine. We have a lot of extra pink dye now, because why not? We love pink dye, don't we? I've never used pink dye in a day in my life besides this point right now. So next up, we need ourselves a ton of pink petals. Let's go ahead and just place this down. I'm not sure if y'all know this, but if you take yourself some bone meal, you can actually bone meal this stuff, and we can get ourselves a ton really easily. I just gotta sit here for a little while and just keep bone mealing. This might take a bit. I'll see you guys in a second. Not a little second. We'll see you in a big second. Oh, I'm out of bone meal. Next. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the pink petals before I actually get to the candles up in the tree, because that's gonna take a little while and I want to get through the easier job first, because I know myself. If I do the easy job last, I'm just not gonna do it. So we'll do the easy job first. Sure, it's usually opposite of what I usually do, but it's fine, it's fine. It's gonna be annoying to placing these things, but we got this, we got this. Let's see. Pink petals are placed based on orientation. So it's always, if you're facing this way, it's always going to be placed in the bottom right quadrant, and it's always going to move to the top right, and it basically moves in a counterclockwise fashion. See? Like that. So let's see if I want to place it right here. Boom. I want to place it here and here. Perfect. Boom, boom. We can remove that and do that. That way we get a little bit of mess. We want a little bit something like that. Perfect. Oh, that looks really pretty. I like that. Yeah, after actually adding in these petals right down here, just by throwing them around, it doesn't really matter exactly how they're placed as long as it kind of makes sense. I'm kind of basing it on wind patterns, whether it's like through this area. I guess I should put some over here. But just by adding these little pink petals, it really shows off the fact that these petals are falling from the tree and making it to the ground. It looks really cool. It adds a nice little pop of color that this town really needed. Because from here, now suddenly, look at that. If I just do this, it looks beautiful. The fact that there's little bits of pink along with the yellow, there's a lot of colors here that really bring this whole thing together, and it makes it look amazing. I still need to actually add a couple of chimneys here, but that's fine. Let's see. Next up on our list of to-dos, our to-do lists of things to wait. Yeah. Let's just restart. Next up on our things that we need to do is to actually, oh my goodness, I can't get a clip. Everything is trying to kill me. But the next thing we need to do is to figure out where to put these candles. So, like I said earlier, we can make it look like there are petals that are always falling from this tree, no matter how far we are, because from a certain distance, these petals will no longer render. For example, right over here. I don't think you can see those petals render anymore. Maybe here? Ow, ow, oh my gosh, what did I just say? Everything's trying to kill me. I thought that was a zombie over there, that was just Chris. So, like I said, there's something we can do. I can't even make a jump. 1 second. Like I said, there's something we could do to actually make it look like there are petals that are always falling. And that is to put candles under here. However, one issue with this is that we cannot place a candle like so. If we want to place a candle, we need to, oops, wrong block. Boom. And we can't even place it here. I think y'all get the gist. Wait, let me see if I can place a better one. Maybe there's a better one here I can place, like right, something like that. A little bit of petal foliage kind of stuff we can do with candles. We just got to do this with each branch individually a bunch of times. Okay, last time lapse, and it's just me throwing in a bunch of the candles that I was talking about earlier. And yeah, this process took quite a long time, and it was quite repetitive because I had to keep pillaring up with some resin blocks, placing them down, building them up, placing the candles, breaking the blocks, and after a point, it just got to me and I got bored. Okay. And we wake up and we get to work. So what we ended up doing was actually putting in those candles I was talking about, and I think I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Hiya! Flying over here. Let's just get to a nice little vantage point. Look at that. I think this thing looks amazing. I love these little candles because they add some sort of movement to it. It looks really nice. On top of that, I even decided to light a couple of the candles to, if you look at it, there's like a little flame on it. It is kind of off-putting that there's a little bit of fire near the tree, but but it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Because from a distance, you can't really tell that there's any fire, but every now and then, if you do see the fire happen, it looks like the leaf is falling. I only did it with one of each of the candles because I wasn't sure how it would look. However, I think I'm kind of happy with the way it is with one singular candle being lit on each of these little strands here, because it's like just enough. It also provides a little bit of lighting, which I do need because it's kind of dark up there. So is it this button? Nope, wrong button. Is it this button? Yep, it's that button. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. There's so many spawning points here that I need to actually cover with glow lichen or something, because this is unacceptable. We can't let this be. We need to go ahead and grab ourselves some glow lichen today. Yeah. All right then. Now that everything is lit up, I am just gonna say that I am absolutely loving this tree. This has got to be one of my better trees that I've built. I think it looks pretty good. Sure, there's still a lot of issues with it. There's a lot of spaces I can work on and make it look better, because it is a little bit rough around some edges. I do kind of want to fix this, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll leave it as is, because I am pretty happy with the way this looks. I think it looks pretty awesome. I think the only thing I want to add is maybe like another little branch that sticks out here without any leaves on it, just because I feel like it looked pretty cool. That's a good place to possibly end today's episode. Sure, I didn't really get to this point right here, but I've run out of time again this week to actually get to doing any more building, so I think we'll call it good. I think we had a pretty productive episode, and I think I'm happy with what we did. We ended up doing all of the interiors for these buildings, such as this one right here. I love this little living room. It's pretty nice. There's nothing to watch or do, but it's nice. I like this little dining room. There's a nice little kitchen. It's cute. We got ourselves a nice little, I guess this is another living room. Got a bedroom. It's one person bedroom. It's fine. They're not lonely. And we got over here, we got what I would probably take as my place. I enjoy this one. It's got a nice little bed. It's got a nice little table. I just realized if you're sleeping, you're just gonna be able to stare out. People can stare at you while you're sleeping. Never mind. I don't know if I like this house anymore. Next up, we got ourselves this house right here. This one I think is my least favorite house. It's terrible. No one would buy this one. It's so thin. It's so small. It got a tiny little bed right here. A little desk. You don't even have a view. There's a tree in the way. Oh my goodness. And then this view right here, actually it's kind of decent. But the one that I think is probably one of the cooler builds in the city is this warehouse right here. I love this. If I actually just lived in the city, this would definitely be my storage system. It'd be terrible, but it would be my storage system. There's just so many chests and barrels around here. It's pretty amazing. And each of these little, I guess, clumps could be a different type of area that I could store stuff. Yeah, I could definitely work with that. And then on top of this, we have a nice little house. Pow! Books as you come in, more books. I got a lot of paintings, got some coat racks, or coat hanger racks thing, I don't know what they're called. A lot of chests, got a nice little table to sit at, talk with other people. Maybe it's like a dining table too. We got ourselves a nice little kitchen. It's nothing much, but it's a kitchen. In fact, I could probably throw in another painting in here. It needs something in here to make it just, there we go. Beautiful. Got a couple paintings in here to liven it up. Up here, we got a nice little, I guess, bedroom. There's not much in here again. Let me just, boom. Nope, it's terrible. Boom, beautiful. Got a couple paintings in here. Got a nice little view to look out that window. And, ooh, there we go. Yeah, that's what we've done for today's episode with these interiors. We also changed up a little bit of this area out here, but that's besides the point. And last but not least, we did our big project for today, and that is... Oh wait, I forgot to even show off the fact that I built a bar. Look at this. We got a bar right here. I think it looks pretty cool. The bartender sits back here. The people sit out there. There's a lot of seats. A nice little refrigerator. It's nice. But then, like I said, the big project of today's episode was this cherry blossom tree. The purpose of it is just to, I guess, cover up parts of the city, really close it off, because over here we have this tree which kind of closes off this area. Now this tree's closer and it really closes off this section. All that's left is to build up this stables right here, maybe build up another tree or building right over here that covers up this section, and we officially have ourselves a pretty much enclosed area right about here. All that's left is that. Actually, we could probably throw in another tree right here and we can call it good. But yeah, this tree right here, proud of it. Absolutely love it. It looks cool. Would I do it again? Probably. Will I have fun doing it? Maybe. Will I be good at it the next time? I don't know. This is hard. This is really difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Tree building is always something that I enjoy doing, but I'm terrible at continuing. These trees are nothing like the original trees I built over here, which I thought were way cooler. These trees are just an imitation. So if anything I build after this, especially if it's after a long while, it's gonna be nothing less than an imitation. Nothing more than an imitation? Whatever the right phrasing for that would be. Anyways, I think that'll be a good way to end today's episode. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully y'all enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think about this tree, because I absolutely adore it. Here, just one more look at it as I do this outro. So anyways, thank you all for watching. And of course, have a good one, y'all. Goodbye. Haha, got that outro. High note. Ended it on a high note.